I am standing upon the tallest sea cliffs in the Southern Hemisphere in the Tasman National Park in Tasmania. Watch this video to find out how I got here. Alright, so leaving tomorrow, going to fly down to Tasmania to begin the Three Capes track in the Tasman National Park. It's going to be an epic adventure. So right now I'm packing, it's the night before, and I'm going to break down my pack. It's all fully packed because I've been walking with it, so I've done about 125 Ks at full weight, just to condition myself for walking with it, and it's good for fitness as well. I'm going to break this pack down now so it can all fit in my suitcase for travelling, and I thought it might be a good opportunity for me to just give you a tour of my pack and show you what I'm carrying. It's really good this trip because of the Three Capes. And it's midwinter. I'm actually staying in the huts, so I don't have to carry a tent, so that saves me about 2.5 kilos, which is great. It'd be such a luxury to be able to hike that way. So let's get into it. So you notice this is already out. I actually stole this out of the pack for another thing that I was doing, but essentially this is what I carry pretty much everywhere. So this is in case of traumatic injury. So I've got my bleed control kit from my Med-Equip, plus a few extra things that I like to carry in there. So that's got things like chest seals, packing gauze, things like that. And then I've got a tourniquet and a pair of shears. And that pretty much goes with me everywhere. So I'm just going to put that over to the side first. So the pack is the Rush 100 from 511. And my day pack, which just clips on the front of it there, is the Moab 8, I believe, also 511 pack. I really love the tier system. So that way, if I have an opportunity, which I know I do on this hike, to stash my pack and just take a day pack out, I think it's on day 3, we're going out to the Blade and back, I'm going to be running just my day pack, and I get to stash my pack back at camp and travel much lighter and faster, which is really cool. I really like the tier system, how that clips on there, which means I don't have to get things out of my main pack to take into my day pack. My day pack is always already packed with everything I need for the day. If you're interested in any of these 511 packs, the day pack or the patrol pack or any of the accessories that make it all go together like this, go check out tacticalsource.com.au. They're good friends of mine. They really help me out with all this gear. And I have a discount code with them, which I'll put into the description of this video. So if you're interested in buying any of this gear or checking it out, use the code. It helps support the channel, but also gets you a discount. I'm not going to pack this one all the way because this one can go in the suitcase just like this, but essentially quick grab things in the front. I've got my rain jacket, I've got my my little survival knife, a torch, compass, survival pen, and then a bit of a multi-tools, Gentleman's Hardware. Got that from New Zealand. It's pretty cool. Then I've got my glove inners. Some USB cables, so iPhone cable. And that sort of thing. And then in the main compartment, overpants for if it's pouring down rain. And I've got my main pack cover. So that way I've got a cover for me if it's wet, and a cover for my pack if it's wet too. And then I've just got my couple of bin bags, tea towel, little plate. In this compartment I've just got some more Ziploc bags just for containing things as we go. I got 2 power banks. I got another 20,000 amp hour power bank from Nightcore. These are all carbon, as light as they can possibly be while still having max capacity. Here's my utensils, so that's a spoon, a fork and a knife. And then, emergency blanket and some band-aids and that sort of thing. So, the basics. Like that, I think. That's how I had it. In the top here is my head torch. So I got the UHE, I think it's 65 from Nightcore, super powerful and bright head torch. Actually, I'm going to put that on charge now that we're thinking about it, just to make sure that we're going to have the right amount of power. There we go, so that's flashing away. I'll have to remember to make sure I put that back. Let's look into the main pack. So these side patches, they don't come with the Rush 100, these rectangle patches, but that's where I put all my food. You'll see they're empty right now, but they can actually expand a fair bit. And I can easily fit 4 days of food. Being the Rush 100, this is essentially a 4-day or a 100-hour patrol pack. And that's how I've set it up. So side patches, which are optional on both sides. These came with it. So in here I put water bottles, a couple of bags for rubbish and that sort of thing. Because when you eat your food, you put the empty wrappers and stuff in there. Because you got to take everything out that you put in. Wilderness wipes. So because I have a hunting background, I always take baby wipes, right, to clean yourself up, because you don't often have showers and stuff like that when you're in the wilderness. But then I discovered these wilderness wipes. So they're like a heavy-duty baby wipe, essentially. And it's great to freshen up, and it's, almost as good as a shower, to be honest. And that way I'm not getting into my nighttime clothes and my sleeping bag smelly, dirty, sweaty, whatever. So I'll leave that in there, because it'll crush down nicely. Same again on the other side. So for my water, I've never had much luck with Camelback, like water bladders and that sort of thing. They always burst, always leak over time, and I'm tired of buying them. So then recently I just swapped over to, instead of a 2 litre Camelback, just 2 1 litre Nalgene bottles. Carry the same amount of water, super robust, never leaks. This has been in the pack for about a month as I've been conditioning myself, and not a single drop has dropped out. So now that's what I do for water. Let's hook in on my waist strap. I've got my outer gloves. So you saw my inner gloves in my day pack there. These are my outers. So these are, I like to run a 2-layered system. So, if it's not too cold, then I'll probably just be running these. But then if it's, really windy and my fingers are still getting cold, then I'll go with my inners, which are like a Gore-Tex inner. That way it keeps my hands nice and windproof and warm. On this side, I've got a pouch here, which actually houses in this sort of elastic section, my PLB. I got the GME PLB. I'll get it out for you. There you go. Super compact, super lightweight, perfect for hiking. And it fits perfectly in this Kanga patch from Tactical Source. This is all from Tactical Source, by the way. And my phone also goes in here, so that slots in there, and I can zip it up if I want to. Usually I have it half open. Walking poles. I don't walk with poles everywhere, but if you do it going up and down steep terrain with a heavy pack on, these are a lifesaver. In the top is I have room for more food, so keep in mind I got the 2 side patches, which carry 4 days worth of food easy. But then there's also this top patch, which has heaps of room for food. This is my water treatment. So I've got a water filter kit, which has 2 squeeze patches and a Sawyer filter, and the bleed syringe and all that stuff you need to keep it in working order. And then I've also just got aqua tabs, just to kill anything that's, viral and that sort of thing. So on this front section, I just essentially squish down and keep my puffer jacket. So obviously I'm not going to be wearing this hiking, but having one of these at night time when you're just chilling and hanging out is an absolute luxury. And so if you do have room for it, I absolutely recommend it. And I make room for one of these. Let's get the main compartment open and get this thing unpacked. This is where things get a lot more organized. So I just have a quick sort of jumper layer. This is just like a zip-on sports jacket. It makes a huge difference if you're feeling cold. In this first dry bag is my entire sleeping arrangement. So in here, I'm not going to unpack it, but I'll just tell you what's in here. So my pillow and a pump-up kit for it, my sleeping bag liner, and my towel, and my sleeping bag. This is a -9 sleeping bag. They recommend for the trail -5. So yeah, it's way more than what they recommend and what I'll need inside the hut for sure. I think I'll be warm. So that's my entire sleep system in that one dry bag. So even though I've got a rain cover, I still like to keep things. There's nothing in a dry bag like this. There's nothing worse than water seeping into your bedding and stuff. So then you have to sleep wet. So I don't mind walking in the wet, but when I get to camp, or the hut in this case, I do want to have some nice dry gear to... In this dry bag is clothes. So packing sales are king. So this one is shirts. So everything's like synthetic quick dry. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shirts in there. This is undies and socks, I believe. Let me check. Oh no, this is, oh yeah, thermals. So I got thermal top, thermal bottoms, but also undies and socks. So I've got 1, 2, 3 pairs of undies and 3 pairs of socks. It's a 4-day hike, so I'll be wearing my first set, and then I've got 3 replacements. So I've got a clean set for every day, plus my thermals. And then I've got spare hiking pants. So normally my tent goes under these cargo straps at the bottom, and my tent sort of sits here at the bottom of my pack. And then with my sleeping mat, they normally all go right here, but I don't have to carry it, which is a huge blessing. And then normally sort of stashed in with the food and stuff is my little hiking stove kit thing, which I don't need for this trip because in the huts there is stoves, which is amazing. So that's the gear that I need. So I'll pick up my food in Tasmania, which goes in these pouches. I don't have to carry any cooking gear, and I don't have to carry a tent. So all my sleeping arrangements here, my spare clothes are there, plus a big puffer jacket, plus an extra warm layer if I need it, and my raincoat and wet weather gear is all in there. That's everything I need. So let's get all this into a suitcase. I'm going to do that off camera, and the next time you see me, I'll be at Brisbane Airport, heading down to Hobart. Good morning, all checked in at the airport. Check out the shirt my wife gave me. Tasman National Park, pretty cool. Anyway, bags are in, I'm through security, now I'm just chilling out before my flight. My check-in bag with my pack and all my gear in it. My suitcase ended up 22.5 kilos. I'm a packing king, that's perfect. Didn't even wait until I got to the airport, that's how I like to roll. Live dangerously. Anyway, gonna board soon in about 10 minutes, and then we'll be on our way to Tasmania. Well, we made it. I'm in Tasmania. I've just stopped at a place called the Lifra Beachside Resort. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But it's in like Pirates Bay, which is not far from Port Arthur, which is where I need to be to get picked up for the start of the hike. Not a bad view, hey. Pirates Bay. Pretty cool. So now, all that's left to do is relax until tomorrow, but also to get my pack out of my suitcase and rebuild it and get it ready for the trail tomorrow. That way, all I have to do is rock up tomorrow. Essentially, all this is going to go in the pack. So it's exactly the same as I showed you before. The only major difference is I've picked up my food. So I've just got these freeze-dry meals. Got a selection of those for each day, which are going to go in the side pockets. And then I've just made up these snack packs. So I've got a packet of biltong, some shortbread, and some chocolate, essentially.